What is up? It's MTG of MTG Reviews, and on today's video we have two brothers, the Golf GTI and the Polo GTI. Whichever one you like, I mean, you're gonna get berries at the end of the day. And we might do a little drag race later on the video, so yeah, do stay tuned. And spoiler alert, it didn't go as planned. Let's start with the sound test. Been a while since I've shot a comparison video, but yeah, we're back with a bang. I've been meaning to shoot these two cars for a while now. So we have the Golf A GTI and the Polo 6 or the Polo AW GTI. Yeah, so this one is the bigger brother of this one, and then you will see, and you can even see now with the design cues, that this one is copying from that one a bit, because the AW, the pre-facelift, was not looking like that. So the first thing that you can see is the honeycomb grille just at the bottom of the bumper, and you can see it's just the same here, but then here we have only one. I think actually I'm seeing two. Yeah, it's two, and it's one on the R line, so it's two fog lights and then the turning light as well. There we have 5, as you can see, 1 2 3 4 5. But then as you can see, the design is just nearly just about the same. They are different there and there. And then another thing that they carried from the 8 is the light. See this strip light? It's the same as here. Here it's at the bottom, here it's at the top. Yeah, but even the red GTI accents as well carried over. I mean, if we're talking about it being a GTI, Golf started the GTI thingy and then the Polo followed after that. Yeah, but then in terms of looks, man, the Polo looks as good. It looks as good, if not better, in some people's eyes. I'm not gonna say anything, because if I say anything with you guys now, you're gonna say I'm biased though.
If I speak, I am in big trouble.
Anything, so I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah, but going to the side, another difference that I see, obviously the wheels, they're nice, but both of them are actually nice. Depends which one you prefer. Which one do I prefer? I prefer this one. Yeah, I prefer the one on the Polo. And then we have IQ lights. Before I forget, IQ lights, and then we do have IQ lights on that one as well. On the side, that's where we're getting to. The difference that I do see, obviously the design is different. The car, that one is a bit bigger, but then it's the height. Right here I can fit, okay, not 4, 3 fingers, just as you can see, I can fit 3 fingers the gap. So this car is lowered, not lowered, but then it's lower than the standard Polo. So from factory it's not lowered, it's still having the springs that it came with. And then this one, you can barely fit 3, so 2 goes in proper. So but then yeah, you can barely fit 3. So this one is more lower than the Polo GTI. Both are GTIs. And yeah, design differences, the mirror caps are different. As you can see, this one is the same on the old AW, so those ones actually on this car, not on that one. But then the door handles are just about the same. Side profile, I mean, we all know the Polo by now. Looks clean, so nice. Then the GTI silhouette, I feel like when it comes to look, that one looks faster while not moving at all. This one looks, yeah, it's a good hot hatch, compact hatchback. And going to the back, spotting more differences as the exhaust. You see here we have both dual exhaust GTIs, of course, but this one is that one is a dual exit exhaust. This one is just single exit dual exhaust. So yeah, this car has a downpipe, that car doesn't, but that car sounds nice as well, especially when you're about to launch it or you put it on launch control. Sounds sublime. I actually have reviewed this car. You can check out the review just here, and I have reviewed this one. It's not the exact same one. That one didn't have a sunroof, most people is what they were saying. You can check it out just here, but we're gonna redo that in a comparison way. At the back we have the VW logo, we have it just there as well, GTI just under, and GTI just under as well. And man, yeah, both of these cars are actually clean looking. So let's go to the interior, but then we'll start with the Polo. which is actually the less expensive car. So when we move to the GTI, you'll get to see the differences, right? Inside the Polo, steering wheel, so nice. We have these capacitive buttons. You still have to press it down. It's not that touch sensitive, but then yeah, they've changed it back to the normal one. And then the doors, this is where you will see the difference when we go to the Golf. Just here it's just cheap plastic. Just here the only soft touch is just here where you put your elbow. But then yeah, the door card feeling is just mere. That's all right. And then it has a VW thingy, digital cockpit or digital gauge cluster, as you may say, and then GTI steering wheel. So where do we start? Let me just switch the car on. Let's start with the display, right? Okay, so the display of this one, digital cockpit, but then as you can see here on the side for the fuel, it's not part of the digital cockpit, it's just its own thing. And you can change the view. So you go to view, you can change it to be minimal, press view again, change it to be minimal but with just a bit more information, and yeah, go back to this one. So yeah, this car actually is fully spec'd, I might say. It has adaptive cruise control, it has lane keep assist, it has drive assist, so you can just, the car can drive itself basically, right? And then let me just lower this. Going into the infotainment system, we all know the Polo by now. I've reviewed a Polo so many times that we should know this infotainment system because it's different from that one. That one is newer than the one that we have on the Polo. But yeah, going to apps or going to, wait, where's the, it's not car, media, radio. Where's the home? Oh, menu. Yeah, menu is where you get to see everything, right? Radio, telephone, and yeah, assistant. Yeah, there's quite a lot of things just here, and it has this gesture thingy, quite gimmicky. I don't think anyone uses it on the daily. You see, sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does. So yeah, we have that. And then the climate control is automatic and it's touch capacitive as well, right? So you can switch it on here, and then the fan speed is just here. To increase it, you just do like this. And then yeah, this one is not as bad. These buttons are not as bad as being here. I still do prefer this over it being on the screen. So yeah, I prefer this over the, you will see when we get on the Golf 8 GTI. And then the temperature is just control here, so it's synced. You can remove it since there's dual zone. You can control only the driver's side. So yeah, switch this one off. And yeah, this is the interior. And then the seats, quite nice. They don't have the GTI badging. I wish it did, to show that you're really on a GTI. But I mean, you are on a GTI. The seats are leather seat, quite supportive. It's quite nice. They are manual. So to move them this side, it's manual. Even on this side, it's manual, as you can see. Even to move it back and forth, just with this thing here. And then the gear stick, the new one. So yeah, let's go now to the Golf 8 GTI. And we have a sunroof here, just unlike on the Polo that I reviewed last. So yeah, let's go on the interior of the GTI Golf. Getting inside, this feels different. This door handle is actually different from the one on the Polo, but okay, it's cool. Start with the door as we started. This seat is high. Start with the door as we started on the Polo. So as you can hear, it's not scratchy. The only scratchy part is this one. This one has this nice design cue with the honeycomb to show that it's a Golf. This one is leatherette. It's not real leather. Leatherette touch here as well. So yeah, it's a bit more premium feeling on the Golf because it's a bigger car, more expensive car, of course, than on the Polo. So the steering wheel, just about the same thing. As you can see, just all the controls here. But then as you can see here, the digital gauge cluster is different, right? It has this honeycomb design here. That's the pattern of the GTI. Once you see that with VW, you know it's a GTI, right? And then the center console is just different as well. Let's start the car. And then, as I've said, I've reviewed this car and it still has this screen cover thing, which says a lot about the owner. He really takes care of his car, or really loves his car. As you can see, it's not even messy inside. Okay, as I've said, the interesting part here compared to the Polo is this part, which I think I prefer the Polo over this. This gear shift, you get used to it. It doesn't matter after a while. Yeah, this gear knob thingy, it's not the best. I prefer having it as the analog way. If you get it, we have auto hold here, which is nice. Engine start stop, which is breathing now, if you can see. Yeah, it's beating. Yeah. Okay, start with what? The digital gauge cluster. We can change views here as well. More classic, more analog. Right, can change it again. Shows the map, shows the fuel consumption, shows the speed just there, which is understated, but yeah, you can still see just the information that you need. And then this one is for the assisted view, right? So for your adaptive cruise controls and yeah, lane keep assist, you can just see that. So this one has more, exactly. And we have another one here. It has more views, or more digital gauge cluster views than on the Polo. And then getting to this one, as you can see, the UI is a bit different. Does it have the gesture? Yeah, it does have the gesture as well. Oh, here it appears that they refined it a bit. I'm not sure if the sensors are up here or just here as well. It's cool. It's a cool feature to show someone. Now it's not being responsive. Yeah, but as I was saying, the UI is different on this one. It's a bit more refreshed, and they changed it again with the 8.5. It's not here in South Africa yet. I'm not sure when it will get here. No one is. And yeah, the look is this: telephone, radio, media. So basically the same functions as that one, but then a different user interface, which is cool. And then for climate control, that's why I said I prefer the one on the Polo GTI, is because as you can see, we don't have a dedicated space for climate control. So you press on climber, and then it's gonna give you your climate controls. You see? Which I'm not really a big fan of. And another thing that I like about this car, as you can see, the seats perforated. We'll get to the seats. Perforated seats, meaning we have seat ventilation and seat heating. Wait, I've never been actually, funny enough, been in a car that has seen, well, I've been in this car, but I've never really activated before seat ventilation. This is actually nice. It's basically an air conditioner for your seats. So the air, so it has fans inside the seats here and here, right? So it's blowing cold air right now. So when you are sweaty, or if the temperature is hot, especially in Limpopo, this can be useful, because now you have AC on these vents, and then now you have AC on your seats as well. It's quite nice. So yeah, as I said, we'll get to the seat. The seat here is a racing inspired seat. As you can see, you can't move the headrest up and down, right? Most sports cars have this. So on this one, on this seat, we have the GTI lettering here, which is sewed in on the seat. So these are leather seats as well. These are actually nice seats. They're gray here, black here, and then some red accents here. So yeah, man, this car is actually quite nice. The seat is high though. And yeah, here we have memory seat, as you can set just there. And then the seat is electronic. You can move it back and forth. But I think the one for the passenger is manual, just like on the 8R. Same thing. So yeah, man, yeah, this is a bigger car, so you can see with how everything is handled. Even this center storage is a bit bigger, which you can actually set to be different heights. Put it down, and if you leave it here, it's gonna get stuck there, and then if you leave it here, it's gonna be there. So it's configurable armrest, quite nice. So yeah, quite like this car. Now let's get to the performance. So getting into the performance aspect, before we proceed, can you please do subscribe? That helps me create more of these videos that you like. And if you really do like it, just hit the like button. Thank you for that. Let's start with the Polo GTI. So the Pocket Rocket pumps about 147 kilowatts and 320 Newton meters of torque, sending that to the front wheels through a 6-speed DSG gearbox. And with that, you get a 0 to 100 of 6.5 seconds, in which I don't understand why is the 6-speed in But however, on the lower Polos, just like on the Polo Life, R lines or whatever, you get a 7-speed DSG. But I mean, anyways, on the Golf, you up all of those numbers, which is 180 kilowatts and 370 Newton meters of torque. And it sends all of that to the front wheels as well. I mean, all GTIs are front wheel drive. However, unlike on the Polo, we have a 7-speed DSG gearbox, and the 0 to 100 is in 6.3 seconds, which is 0.2 seconds quicker than the GTI, but that's on paper. In reality, might just be different. I know some of you are gonna actually wanna blame the GTI driver. I honestly can't blame him because he saw the car launched at the same time. I feel like drag racing is one of the easiest things to do when it comes to form of competition in the car, because you just straight line and you launch, and you saw it was on time, so all cars were in sport, everything was as it should be. Why the Polo GTI won, I don't know still. So yeah, that's what happened. Make what you will with that. So until the next one, dango.